Okay. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. Hello.
Good afternoon, President Deb.
Good afternoon, President Deb.
Thank you very much. Sorry for the couple-minute delay, couple technical things with our new venue here. So can you hear me? Okay, are we good? Did everybody hear the bell, or do I get to hit that one again?
We heard that.
Okay. So we'll begin the meeting with O Canada and a toast to the Queen. We do not have a video, so if we could start with singing O Canada would be awesome. Please stand.
O Canada, our home and native land, through patriot love, in all our sons come and with glowing hearts we see myself come far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Wonderful. And a toast to the Queen. So a couple of housekeeping things. Can everybody see me? No. The screen's the way. Are we going to be able to use the screen?
No.
Okay. How about we take the screen down?
Sure.
Okay. If somebody can take the screen down, that would be awesome.
Oh, it's brighter.
There, so much brighter. Okay. Yes. So thank you everyone for your patience and understanding. As you know, this is a hybrid meeting. So we do have our Zoom happening. SA Eric is walking around with a tablet. So please smile and wave to your fellow Rotarians that are on Zoom. Zoom people, please give them a wave back. That's awesome. So, introductions of guests and visiting Rotarians. And we will start with who is attending here in the park. Do we have guests and visiting Rotarians? Mallory, you have an introduction? Wonderful. Actually, Eric, can you get closer to when they... So for the Zoom people, we'll just do that one more time. So Mallory. Wonderful. Any other guests here? No. And our Zoom. Do we have any guests on Zoom? I don't see any hands. Jeff, do we see anything? No. Wonderful. Well, welcome very much for coming and joining. Hope you enjoy your time with us. And as you know, things go better when you are here. Thank you for our Beacon editor last week, Chris Holmes. And this week is going to be Baz. So he will be doing that through Zoom and online. We're becoming quite a high-tech club here. So we have a number of special presentations and announcements. May I have Todd Armstrong, Jody, is Jack Luck. No, Jack Luck, we have video. Arlette, and I think that's our announcements. So Todd, would you like to take over?
Sure.
Remember to smile to your Zoom people.
Thanks, President Deb. Where am I in here? Oh, hi. I got it. Yeah, that's better. Anyways, nice to see everybody. So we have an auction coming up, and we've had a productive first week. A few Rotarians have stepped up and brought in a number of donations. We're up to 38 so far. We have a long way to go, but we're off to a good start. So the types of things that have come in so far are kitchen knives, wine and glasses, an iPhone wallet, a garden cart, golf passes, which always sell really well, dog food and veterinary consultation, a gift card for $100 gift card for the Crazy Fox restaurant, NTR ice time, legal services. I'm missing a few things here. Golf bag. Anyway, a bunch of interesting items that should really sell well. And also 24 bags of the famous Mag ice melter, which also sells well. So the tally by committee so far, I'm not sure what we're going to do as far as rewarding the most successful committees, but the International Committee is off to a great start with 24 items, followed by Sergeant at Arms with 6 items, Public Relations 3, Environmental 3, Community Service 2. So keep up the good work. Please go out and be creative and think outside the box and get the more unusual things that we don't traditionally sell, because this is an unusual year. And thank you everybody for your support. Bye.
Thanks, President Deb, and hello to our Zoom members, and great to see everybody here today. Great energy here. So I've got 2 announcements. There was an email and a quick announcement made last week about a hike that we're going to do on October 3rd. We've had a great response to that so far. So I just want to give a bit of an update. When we sent the email out, I probably should have been a little more clear, because Jeff kindly sent it out with my words. It said, send me an email, and Jeff has graciously forwarded all the emails. So send me an email instead of Jeff. He's got enough work to do. So it's going to be a great hike. It's about a 9K hike. There is one significant climb in the middle of it. It is on stairs, so you can take your time. It'll take us somewhere between 3 to 4 hours to do the hike, but there's lots of great history in the park and some beautiful scenery to see and a fantastic lookout. Kids, dogs are all welcome on the park. We've added a camping twist to this, so we've had some sign up for this, which is kind of cool. Whether you want to go on the Friday night or Saturday night, Algonquin Pines Campground, which is about 20-25 minutes. Peter, you can argue with me on that later. From the campground, we'll pass it before we get to the hike site. There's lots of spots available. They're looking forward to us. That's where we're going to do our barbecue after the hike, because it's on the way back. But they have a couple of really neat, it's called glamping. There's some heavy duty tents set up there on platforms with beds, tables, lighting, everything that you need. There are a couple of cabins there. So if you don't have a tent, you don't have a trailer, they've got some of these sites that are really cool and available. So if you need any of that information, also reach out to me. So that's Saturday, October 3rd. It's probably closer to a 2-hour drive from Barrie to get there. So as we get closer, we'll schedule the time accordingly, but we're going to start the hike at 10. So you're going to want to leave for 8 o'clock. And secondly, and I'm really excited to announce this, the Rotary Club of Barrie Art Exhibit and Gala. It's been 6 months since we've really had an opportunity to celebrate or dress up for an occasion. Well, we now have that chance. Put on your tuxedos and ball gowns, get your hair styled, and get a nice close shave. Enjoy some fantastic local artwork, some champagne, and a wonderful dinner at one of 4 local gourmet restaurants. On October 21st, dress up and celebrate just because we can. All social distancing practices will and have been considered. So what you are going to experience, if you are one of the 100 tickets that we have for this, you're going to arrive, and I'm going to get fined for this, at the KISS Art Gallery. You'll be greeted on the red carpet. You'll have your picture taken in front of the Louvre. We'll explain how that's going to work. You'll enjoy a glass of champagne as you view art from 4 local artists. And we're going to have a little path that you'll sort of walk through. You'll have a chance to win a piece of art from all 4 of them that they have donated to this project. Then you will move on to your pre-chosen location for a fantastic dinner. At your restaurant, you'll receive a complimentary appetizer and then enjoy a wonderful meal supporting our local restaurants. During the night, you will receive live updates, most likely by Facebook, on some of there's an auction item that's going to be available if you want to buy additional tickets for one of the 4 pieces of art. We're going to have some interviews with the artists, telling you a little bit more about their work, their inspiration, and we're going to have some live music. So that's going to carry on through the night. Oh, sorry, you're right. I'm ignoring our Zoom members. Sorry, guys. So we have 100 tickets, time slots of 25. So I'll explain this as we go, but what's going to happen is you will buy a time slot that you'll arrive at the art gallery. You'll have 20 minutes to view the art, and then you will be ushered out of the office and you'll move on to your restaurant. So we're still working out the timing. Probably going to start at a 5:30 art time, 6 o'clock dinner time, and go on there for every half-hour increment. So we've got that worked out, 100 tickets, and we think we should have no problem selling this out, and it stands to profit about $3,500 towards the club. Very little cost, very little commitment, no commitment, quite frankly. So we'll have more details come out soon. We'll have the tickets available and a little more explanation on how they'll work. But I'll say this now, if you want to get to a specific restaurant at a specific time, you're going to want to get that to me as soon as the tickets go live so you can get what you want. So anyways, it should be a really cool event. I think it'll be a great chance for us to make a little bit of money and have a little bit of fun, and more details to come. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of the club, Jody, I'd like to thank you for speaking to us today. President Deb, fellow Rotarians, and Zoomers, I'd just like to read to you a letter that we received from Judy Rotman, Ernie's daughter. To all that made a donation in my dad's honor, my card is too small to thank you all individually. Thank you for your donations, your thoughtfulness, and generosity. They are much appreciated. I still recall my dad was able to join the weekly Rotary meetings on Zoom. He was so happy to once again see his friends he had missed for months, courtesy of the pandemic. Dad would tell me about the guest speaker at the meetings. I grew up hearing about Rotary outings, day trips that included wives at times, dinner meetings at Rotarians' houses, 8 Brookdale Drive included, the boat trip on the Seguin in Gravenhurst, and the infamous Rotary chicken barbecue. Dad loved the Rotary Club and its members. Giving to this charity means a great deal to the Rotman family. Thank you so much. And P.S. Kempenfest beer tit? Who stuck Dad there? Anyway, thank you to everybody who made donations in Ernie's name, and I guess I'm sure I'm not alone when I say how much I miss him. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for those announcements. We do have one more. He had actually videotaped it, so we're not going to chance trying to see if we can get that to go right now. So I'm just going to read off the note. So the Interact Club will be having their first in-person socially distanced meeting on Thursday, September 17th at 6 p.m. at Sunnydale Park. They are hoping to have many of our members come and join and support and kind of learn who we are, and also give a chance for us to learn who they are. So they're really, really excited. Love to have some energy. Sunnydale Park is a big place, so the more bodies and the more people to be able to be around them and support them would be really greatly appreciated. If you want to go, just show up. All is good, and they're certainly looking forward to meeting many of you. Okay, and we have one more. The district, still a call out for our youth singer. So somebody from our club, we need to find, we don't want to be the only club that doesn't have representation at the district. And to have one youth, can be anybody connected to our club, whether it be a niece, a nephew, a next door neighbor, it can reach out, but we just need to find one person. It could be a couple of people, but one person we just need to do a video to sing English and French. There'll be some instructions. They just need a phone to be able to tape themselves. So easy peasy, but we really do need to find somebody. So if we can kind of make some heads nod that everybody heard, we really, really need to see. You guys have no excuse not to nod. Okay, so we got it. We're gonna get our one person. And just a quick note, let's see. Oh, I think that's it. We're good. So birthdays and anniversaries. We have Trevor McKee, September 10th. Jimmy Furlano, September 13th. Al Hodgkinson, September 14th. Jack Garner, September 16th. Anniversaries. Jenny and Matthew LeCollier, September 12th on 11 years. Rory and Stephanie Quinn, September 13th, 6 years. And Graham and Deanna Allery, September 15th, 25 years. So 25 years, Graham, I saw you. Graham, where are you?
He's on Zoom.
He's on Zoom. I knew I saw you, Graham. 25 years, congratulations. You know that is a big gift. So just from a woman's perspective on that. And club anniversaries. Jody Patfield, September 11th, 12 years. Sue Croft, September 12th, 1 year. Michelle Greenwood, September 12th, 1 year. And Betty Ann Lewis, September 13th, 8 years. So please accept the congratulations of the club. We do have a certificate. Can't do the boom. So for those of you with birthday and anniversary, for birthday, 5 polio vaccinations have been donated in your name. And for an anniversary, a donation to the fight against COVID through the Rotary's Polio Resource Center. So if you'd like to come up and get your certificate, that would be wonderful. Zoom, you'll be emailed it. Anybody here? Oh, come on, aren't they pretty? They're nice. I got them done. Okay. And, oops, hold on, I was covering that. So we do have a birthday song sung by all of you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rotarians.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I'm going to change it around.
Okay. So that was awesome. Although I was trying to see if any of our satellite members were singing, or not satellite, our Zoom members are singing. Couldn't quite see it, so I think I'm gonna have to check the video on that. That might end up being Baz. Oh, Baz, you're awesome. So thank you. So for now, SAA Eric, so nice to have you back. We missed you last week.
Thanks, President Deb. I am back. This is going to get kind of weird because I'm the roving reporter. So I am going to wander around. I'm going to stay masked because I'm going to be yelling while we do this. And we've got a blend of a few folks that are on Zoom and a few folks that are not in my sites today. But I'm going to start off walking all the way over to Michael LeCollier. So as you know, we've got a baby pool going on, and we're now 10 days into September. So that's really good news for Bonnie. Not so good for Bob Greer, Carrie Weatherby. Trevor actually booked today's date, so he's still got a few hours of eligibility. And Debbie DeCare is actually on tomorrow's date, so she's got a few more hours of eligibility. Michael, any update on how things are going in the baby pool?
Well, President Deb, Bonnie's doing really well. Everything's moving along just wonderfully. It could be any day there's still time, I guess, to still put in some bids coming up.
Yeah, but you know, now that we got fewer dates, I might have to negotiate the price of any remaining dates.
What,
So-
you mean going up a little bit?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah, you'll have to talk to me about those.
But it could be any day now until the end of the month. So I'm on call. So if you see me running, then it could be real soon.
Good deal. All right, thanks, Mike, and best to Bonnie.
I will pass
President Deb, you may want to put hopeful thoughts for tomorrow. How are we doing?
We're doing very well, but we're working with one speaker. Zoom can hear us well, so.
Fair enough. All right. Yes, that's right. Okay, I didn't see Lucky Tucky out there. You know what? Let's walk over to Craig Walwyn. He's not much of a Zoom guy. We've heard that he has a phone, but I think it's to the wall.
President Deb, good to see you.
You?
I'm not a Zoom guy at all, by the way.
So Craig, we've heard a couple of things. There was a note that there may have been a house in your recent past that we weren't notified of. Is there an announcement along that
I
side?
purchased a house back in June. I would have loved to tell you about it, but we haven't had a meeting, so I had to get here today to tell you. Nice flat out in Snow Valley.
That's quite an excuse.
I don't know, Eric. I think our address is in the book. He could
This
have
is
come
true.
and saw it.
Yeah.
He could have phoned us.
Yeah, brought us over to the house.
He
Has
could have.
anybody seen this house?
Nobody's done
Yeah.
a drive-by?
Chuck, is
Chuck has.
Chuck, is it a crappy house or is it kind of nice? Oh, is it? Yeah. Well, isn't that interesting? Well, maybe Craig, maybe you have a suggestion as to what might be the good announcement of value on that house.
Probably $2.
Oh,
Oh, that's so not gonna work.
all right, Brad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
so
$2
not
a
gonna
bathroom.
work.
How's that?
President Deb, what do you like on that?
Oh, I think that's got to be at least $5.
Okay, I'll take it. Perfect.
All right. Now the next question on this one is: we also heard through the grapevine about a possible grandchild.
Yes.
Jeff,
told you?
you may have that on the slides for Zoom purposes. I think I've got one on there for that. Yeah, we found that on Facebook. Other people let us know about it. So, now that's way better news than a house.
And by the way, I'm not on Facebook either.
Oh, yeah. We kind of figured.
The only problem I really don't know right now is looking on my phone was what day my grandson was born. I forgot. It's either August 2nd or August 3rd. My daughter Fergie and her partner Chris, who are getting married actually next year, September 11th, was announced yesterday.
Cool.
Triple, yeah.
Tomorrow, yeah.
They had a baby boy, Jack Leonard Morley Gammon.
Wow.
Jack after my dad.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
maybe my dad could kick in some money now too.
I would think so. Considering
He's
that.
not on Zoom.
No, Jack's not on Zoom, and yeah, you'll probably want to front the money for Jack's fine as well. I'm just thinking that might be a kind of a nice opportunity. So, President Deb, what are you thinking on that? What was the weight of this baby?
6'8".
6'8".
Yeah.
And what did I hear? 4 first names on that baby?
There's 4 first names,
Yeah.
lots of good news announcements. Now, Ron Riley had
Oh,
that last week,
that's right. He topped his up.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, he really set an example for what, a grandbaby is worth.
And what is a grandbaby worth?
Yes, what was that? Does anybody remember? Was it?
$100.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think it was $100 for a grandbaby
Yeah.
to the foundation.
Okay.
So I like this. I like the $100 to the foundation,
Okay.
and we'll do $1 a pound just for the
Okay.
SAA fee.
There we
Perfect.
go. That's
Thank
a
you.
good deal.
I've got one other announcement too.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to play golf with one.
Ooh.
Obviously, he hit a lot.
We appear to have a response.
The only response I have to that is I played from the white tees. So there was 2 males and 2 females in our group. I was the only member of our group that played from the white tees. The other member of our group played from a set of tees in front of that. Share that one, Mr. Sep Handicap.
Well, that's pretty interesting, Craig. But we collected enough out of Craig for today? All right, well, we have to hit him big when he's here, since we know we're not going to Zoom. All right, Chris Garapi, where did you get to? There you are. On a low chair. Oh man, it's hard for a guy like you to get out of that chair.
That's way down there.
It is. You said you had a good news announcement.
I do.
What might you want to share?
Deb, Sergeant Arms Eric. President Deb, you look fantastic.
Thank you very much.
So good news announcement.
Bribery still won't get you.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, I tried. I think you're doing a great job. Anyways, my son-in-law, a new son-in-law who's been married to my daughter for a year, has been struggling with some health issues. He's been on dialysis for 3 or 4 years. His quality of life, of course, suffered from that. And he was diabetic. And during COVID, in April, he got a call that as he rose the donors list that he didn't even get down to Toronto General Hospital that morning. So he got down there, they did all the testing and so forth. So great news story. He had a kidney and a pancreas transplant, and everything's gone very well for him. And what was fortunate also is my daughter is an RN, and with her job, she would be at home to nurse him back to health. So really, really good news. So we're thrilled.
That's great news. Great news. Yeah, I don't know. Does it seem churlish to ask for a good news fine on that one, or just because it's Chris, we want it?
We want it. Absolutely, we want it.
2 organs of double.
That's right.
2 organs.
An
That's a
old
good
kidney and an old pancreas.
Yeah, that's 4.
That's 4.
That's sounding like $20.
No. It's
And
good.
how much?
$1 for sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
Disrespectful to the president. Try to hide your identity.
They said who it was at the very beginning. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Chris.
So
that
what
is
else do you
great
need?
news.
Is that it? I just find $20 in
That's
Craig's pocket.
It
We're good.
seems that easy. Yep,
Okay.
just that easy.
All right.
Now,
thank
if the organs had come from you, there might have been no fine.
you. All right.
But you didn't give him the organ.
I was not compatible.
Hey, that's right. There you go.
Not compatible.
Hey, kidney's not a death organ. Kidney, you can give one of your own.
It doesn't work.
All right. I didn't see Jonathan Derrick online. Okay, we'll get him later. And I didn't see Brandon. Birthday boy Trevor is not here. And I think we're going to wait on McWatt because we do want to come back to the boat, but he's online. It wouldn't be nearly as much fun if we can't assault him appropriately. Sorry?
Gilligan McWatt?
Gilligan McWatt, yes. So I think that's all that I've got that's present and easy to define today, President Deb. So check.
Now I'm never showing up physically.
I think Brandon's online. He's just under a different name. I think I see him square on in Zoom right now.
Mute there.
Okay.
I'll unmute
Yeah,
here.
he's there. He's under Wilson.
Okay.
Okay, so we're back on. So I'm going to try to yell for the crowd. We'll see if the mic can pick up Brandon. So Brandon, a couple of your buddies threw you under the bus when they were doing the acting SAA rule last week. Told us you got a new vehicle. What do you want to tell us about said vehicle?
How come we can't hear him?
Yeah, we're not hearing you, man. Brandon, we got you there?
I think he's having technical difficulties.
It appears to be.
Nice when the young ones have technical difficulties.
Okay, so
Sorry.
that's okay. I can hear myself there. Okay, are we back to square one? We are. I'm on. No. I'm good. Okay. Just a special note to wonderful Jeff here. He has been exceptionally amazing at figuring out all this Zoom stuff and getting us sorted out and making sure that people are muted or unmuted or, you know, videos are on. And if you notice the timeliness of getting those videos on YouTube, like that is really quick response. So a big round of applause for Jeff. So thank you all. And this week's program, I believe Mallory is going to be, Arif is going to be introducing. So Arif, come on up.
Thanks, President Deb, and good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and fellow Rotarians on Zoom. I have the privilege of introducing you to this week's speaker, our presenter. Her name is Shaq Edwards. You may have heard of her with a bit of an online presence. Give you a little bit of a background, though. She has a professional designation as a licensed insurance agent. She's also an entrepreneur. She started a clothing line that I think we'll hear a little bit about. But why she's here and why we're enthusiastic to have her here to speak with us at Rotary is some of the work that she's doing in the community. She's the founder of a not-for-profit organization that's been around, I believe, since 2015, if I'm correct, and it's called Shaq's World. And I really wanted to ask you to give your attention, give your thought, your hearts and minds to what it is that she's looking to accomplish in the community here in Barrie regarding youth. Shaq's World, I think, will blow your mind because she's not looking for anything other than to give to the community and to make our community stronger for all of our children, for all of our youth. And I really want her to be able to share her story. The one takeaway that I got from getting to know her only for such a short period of time is that she's not a talker and she's not one who just offers commentary as an armchair quarterback. She's a doer. And so please give your attention to Shaq Edwards.
Hello. All right. So I usually have a presentation to go with this, but since our screen went down, I'm gonna flow through it and try to do it justice for you guys. So my name is Shaq. I run Shaq's World, and Shaq stands for Stay Humble and Kind. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we got started, where we're at, and what our mission is moving forward in our community. Papers are upside down. So our mission in Shaq's World is to bring awareness to youth mental health through sport, mentorship, and community involvement. Our principles are respect, integrity, discipline, and accountability. And that's something that we try to instill in all of our athletes and community members, volunteers, and mentors. A little bit about myself. I was raised in Innisfil, and I attended Alcona Glen Elementary School, and then went on to graduate from Nantyre Shores. Before going off, or in that time, I was a youth mentor at the Innisfil Community Church. So I spent a lot of time doing community service, especially through basketball, as I find that it's a catalyst to creating relationships with the kids in our community. I then went off to study psychology and behavioral science, and I made the connection between sport and mental health, and then came home and became, or well, when I say home, I mean Simcoe County, Innisfil, and became the first recreational basketball program to partner with the town of Innisfil, where we did basketball camps for youth ages 6 to 12 on a weekly basis. From there, I started Elite Academy Basketball, and that was a program that was created to showcase the talent in the basketball athletes that we have here in Simcoe County. It was to show that the talent that we had here in Simcoe County wasn't being showcased like it is in Toronto. So what we did was we traveled, we took the best of the north from here in Simcoe County, from New Tecumseth, Bradford, Barrie, Innisfil, all over. We took the best athletes down to Toronto, and we played against those teams and showed them that we in Barrie do have the same talent. We just may not have the same platform as you do in the GTA. In that process and working with those high school athletes, one of the main things that I found was they were having a hard time with communication, emotional regulation, and all around mental wellness. So we started talking about what we could do to cater to that better. In 2017, we had our very first Pure Courts basketball tournament, which is a basketball tournament to bring awareness to youth mental health. That is in partnership with the Canadian Mental Health Association, and we're able to donate the funds from that to the Canadian Mental Health Association to help them with their youth programming, as well as to get the athletes that we help all over Simcoe County under one roof for an event. Some of the other things that I've been able to do with Shaq's World over the past few years includes becoming a keynote speaker for the Simcoe County District School Board, Toronto District School Board, and usually with the Simcoe County District School Board, we partner with the OPP. So it gives me the opportunity to talk about the importance of physical and mental wellness at various levels. And that is something that Shaq's World's been able to do throughout the community for the past few years. And through that, we gained a partnership with the Toronto Raptors, and we have been able to give out Raptors tickets to families that attend those to, again, help promote that community engagement aspect. In 2019, we were asked to be the community engagement or the community activity piece to Celebrate Barrie, where we brought the world's best dunkers to Barrie, and families and youth were able to watch the dunkers for free just during the Celebrate Barrie event that happens annually. All right, and you guys are probably wondering why I'm here and what we're doing now. So over the past few years, we've been able to acquire partnerships not only locally, but all over Canada. We are partnered with the Toronto Raptors, Canada Basketball, Ontario Basketball, the Canadian Mental Health Association, Empower Simcoe, Youth Haven, and other local not-for-profits. And all those not-for-profits right now are on a mission to creating a space for youth to come to where they can seek counsel and physical wellness as well as the mental wellness. In that space, we plan to have a youth lounge so that the youth of our community can come in and enjoy the space. Right now, we have lots of community centers in Barrie, but none are dedicated to youth. So some of the programs that we want to bring to that facility once it's open is our CMHA drop-in program that happens now online via Zoom. Our Junior Police Academy, which again happens online right now with the Barrie Police. Youth gather on Zoom and talk to one of the chief of police once a week on Zoom and talk about activities that they want to learn about. A lot of those youth are interested in being police officers, and this gives them the opportunity to learn more of what that looks like, as well as gives the police officers the opportunity to teach these kids what it feels like to be a police officer. We have a Black Youth Night. Again, that is going to be sponsored by the Barrie Police. They are interested in creating a better connection with the marginalized youth of our community. As the diversity in our community rises, this is something that we see as important. And the Barrie Police have volunteered 1 or 2 nights a week to engage in different cultures, Trinidadian, Jamaican, so that they can get to know the cultures on a different level. the Shaq's World Basketball program, of course, would be able to grow. We would be able to bring our partnership with the National Basketball Youth Program into one building and give youth the access to different programs that stem into the streams that they're interested in. Our Youth Haven Integration Program. And through all of those programs, we have built, as I mentioned, connections throughout the community to make our mission moving forward come true or make it a possibility. So I guess today I'm here just to tell you guys about our mission and what we have been doing over the past few months to acquire that space, give youth this opportunity to have that space, and continue to bring awareness to youth mental health through sport, mentorship, and community involvement. And there are usually pictures and stuff to go with all of this, but yes, it's a lot to say. So, I mean, if you guys have any questions, that's the end. So if there are any questions, please. If your hand is first.
Thanks. Well, we talked before, there are a lot of programs available for the previously focused for younger generations, younger children, and those who are adults are able to find a way. There's a bit of a gap that you talked about, certainly in that range. This is an area that hasn't been well serviced or well attended to locally. That's what you're talking about. Talk a little bit more about that as well as the mentorship.
Yeah, so one thing that we find, a lot of youth have come to us and said that the community centers locally, although they offer programming, it's so scheduled that in today's uncertain times, they would like a consistent place to go to where they can seek these mentors and seek these counselors and educators on a regular basis. We understand that with COVID, it's hard for us to travel to different places to be with all of these kids. So having them under one roof gives them the opportunity to still engage with us, to still seek the counsel that they need, as well as have that physical activity with obviously the space being there in the gym. And does that answer your question, Arv? Yeah, okay. It's 59A Maple. So it was actually built to be a youth center in Barrie. The good news is we're moving in October, so we're going to get things started with the programming and our partners with CMHA. We have over 250 kids that have reached out and are looking for mentors and looking for somewhere to go right now. So we would like to, again, serve that demographic as quickly as possible, as well as build something that'll be here for the next 10 to 20 years for these youth.
Now we do have a question on Zoom.
Yeah.
Sue?
Hi, Shaq.
Sue, you there?
I am.
There she is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
We
can't
can
hear
you hear
right
me?
now.
No, you can't hear me? No?
Pardon?
Turn on
Yes.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, actually, so something that has happened recently, I mentioned that I started coaching when I was in high school. So when I was in grade 12, a lot of the kids used to watch me at the Innisfil YMCA just training by myself. They would sit at the window. So over some time, I decided to start training those kids. And when I came back from school, there was a set of twins that I've always wanted to play basketball at a very serious level. And they went on to do so. And recently, because they are now back at home, they decided to do a community basketball 3-on-3 tournament last Saturday. Now that they're able to get out and be with their friends, they thought that the best way to get everyone together and connected again was to do that. And so for us, it shows, again, that leadership that we are trying to inspire our youth to have, as well as they are creating that community involvement within their own communities. So that's one story that is recent that I thought was really sweet.
Now we do have a question, but we just have to do a little technical. There we go. You'll be able to hear it now.
So, yeah, you were just, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? No. Can you hear me now? Okay. So you were just telling me, about a specific story. I'm wondering if you could talk anonymously about one particular individual who was very troubled, and how your work with that individual or the mentor's work with that individual made a really significant difference to that particular youth, and how it shifted their thinking or their behavior.
For everybody here. Okay, so the question was, is there an example that you can give of one troubled youth that I've helped and what has happened to them through our programming? So I'll call him Jim. So Jim, I met him when he was in grade 10, and Jim started off high school as a really good kid, and over time he got persuaded into the things that you usually do as a teenager. I mean, partying, drugs, going out, hanging out with friends. He kind of lost his way when it came to basketball. In our program, something that I mentioned that we hold very dear to us is accountability. And in this particular situation, Jim was straying away from basketball in the terms of he was coming to practice late. When he was at practice, he was extremely disrespectful. His parents could not communicate with him. He actually was in local news for getting in serious trouble. So with all that being said, as much as he loved basketball, we had to kick him off the roster. We had to say that behavior is not acceptable in Shaq's world. We stay humble and kind. Humility and kindness is something that we teach and instill in all of our athletes. So his behavior was not okay. In that situation, he didn't want, obviously, to be kicked off the team. So there was lots of counsel between our mentors / coaches and the parents. This youth ended up writing a letter about why he loved basketball, why basketball is important to him, and why he knew what he was doing was wrong, but he knew basketball is where he wanted to be, if that makes sense. And in that letter, it said something very specific, and it was, if I didn't have this program, I wouldn't have gotten where I am today. And so in that, we still couldn't take him back onto the team, but we mentored him. We mentored that same youth, and today he is in his second year of college, and he hasn't gotten in any trouble. He actually plays for his college basketball team and is one of the most coachable athletes that we've heard, and we've received letters from his coach. So I mean, in that whole story, I guess he started off as a good kid. He got lost. He used our mentors. We're still with him to this day. He's in college. And that's really what we look for our youth, is to help them get in between the different stages of life. So it's very hard to tell those stories without getting into detail, but I do have a letter on the Shaq's World Facebook page of something that happened about 2 years ago at the end of I think it's the GB finals, which is the basketball finals for Simcoe County. I help out a lot with the Nantyre basketball players, and they were in the finals. They ended up losing the finals, and one of the players, I'm trying to make this very fast, one of the players walked into the gym at the end of the game to shake the coach's hand, both the coach and the assistant coach, and tell them that he thought they had a really good game. Although all of his teammates, coaches were gone, he came back in to talk to the coaches and say, even though it was a hard game and it was extremely emotional, I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to play you. And we received a letter from that head coach, that gym teacher, saying like this was the best character that we have ever seen from an athlete, especially a losing athlete. So our program, the best way to really show you what we do is to show you that the kids that we work with. I can tell you stories, but it really doesn't do them any justice. So Please do. Yes.
Nobody wants to go first. And I think we found that nobody wants to go up and raise their hand first. I know you knocked on a lot of doors. Knocked on a lot of doors politically, as you knocked on every door you were talking. And I think frustratingly, you've been met with a lot of selfie opportunities and people who will give you a platitude or a compliment. But right from the beginning, I think it's pretty clear you're a doer. And maybe you can talk about that experience and really what's been your greatest challenge and what you have pursued through and sort of how you just decided to take it on your own.
All right. Okay, so I will start with saying as an athlete, I have always been determined and I've always been disciplined and I've always been goal-oriented. And one of my goals when I moved back home was to make sure that the mental health of our youth was under control. When I was in high school, I lost 3 friends to suicide, and that was just in my one area. So when I got back, it was trying to cater to that. Over the years, I have done presentations for different Rotary clubs. I have done presentations for, as mentioned, I've done presentation for council on this idea in particular. And it has been hard, especially right now. Right now, I think that people are not seeing the importance of a space like this because of what's going on a more global scale. What I'm trying to bring attention to is our stay humble and kind world that we're trying to bring to Barrie. And I have had a lot of great opportunities to talk to people and meet with people and have people say how great and how awesome this initiative is. And our team has taken upon ourselves to get the space, start the mission, and make sure that we are serving our community in the way that we see fit and the way that we see we can fill a gap right now. So yes, it has been hard. It has been 5 years of doing events and bringing awareness and showing up for the youth of our community. And right now, what we are asking for is for people to also show up with us. So especially right now with COVID-19 and isolation and just the downfall of our world right now, there's so much pressure on our youth, and we're trying to make that mission happen. And so I guess at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, if you think it's a good idea, do something. If you think it's a good idea, I don't want a pat on the back or a share. I want you to go out there and do something and help us make this mission happen, because it's going to happen regardless. We just would like the city and our community to come together and show these youth that there is a place where they can seek all of those things, where they can find consistency, and they don't have to worry. So that's it. I'm Shaq of Shaq's World. We stay humble and kind in Shaq's World, which is why we always stay on the mission, but we do want help, and we need help right now. So any help that we could get would be great. And that's all I have for you today.
Shaq, that was great. I want to thank you for being here today. Can you hear me? Okay, like this way. I'm looking at her. It's a very chaotic and busy time for Shaq right now, and I know you have a lot of early mornings and late nights, and you still showed up today, so thank you for that. I know education and awareness is very important for you, so thank you for coming and educating us and making us aware of what's going on. And I'm sure there's some people here, I know myself, I want to find out more and how we can get involved. And I think it's very exciting what you're working on. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Jack, you come up. Thank you very much. We do have a certificate. Thank you. So as you know, Rotary is a big supporter of polio, and we are this close to finding a cure and having it eradicated from the world. So 10 polio vaccinations have been donated in your name, as well as a donation towards the Rotary's Polio Resource Center to help fight against COVID-19.
Great, thank you. Thank you guys.
Okay, we're doing not too bad for time. Okay. So, President Deb's Stronger Together, Together Inspired Moment. So, with that, I did take some inspiration from our speaker today, as well as many things that are going on in our world and our environment right now. So, the moment we experience awe, let me take this off, I think. The moment we experience awe, whether hiking majestic Algonquin Park, admiring great art, or learning a new way to see your beliefs, awe fills us with a sense of wonder, challenging our understanding of the world and our place in it. Awe looks to what's around you, toward other people and the world at large. Awe, inspiring moments, brings people together and expands your world. Having no other business for Rotary, I declare this meeting. That was exciting. I declare this meeting adjourned.